Hello and welcome to the WA Building Guide Armadale edition. We are now on week number 7 and I can't wait to show you what Joan and Craig have done this week because they've actually done quite a lot inside the house. We're almost at the point now where we don't really need this sign on the wall anymore. So come on inside and we'll look at all of the changes. So they have made some very serious changes throughout the flooring. And what was actually quite nice is they have some, where's the visitor?
Hey, Leigh.
Oh, hello, how's it going, buddy?
Good to meet you.
Ah, good. So, guys, we have a special guest and I'm really excited that you're here today. This guy is one of the best real estate agents in all of WA. He has been doing it since he left school. He made his first listing in 2009 and it's all he's ever done. So
that's all I know.
He's come here today and he's actually just going to give us a little bit about what the market's doing, how the market's looking, what the predictions are for the future, and also give us a bit of a rough idea about the price of this house, because as you know, in week number 5, I said it was going to be X, and Marcel is going to tell us what he thinks as well with his million years worth of experience. So yeah, welcome.
Thanks, Leigh. Thanks for having us. So the Perth market has absolutely shone through in the last couple of years. We've got a decreased level of stock. We're down to 2,992 homes on the metro currently for sale, and that includes apartments and established homes. So there's not a lot of choice for buyers out there.
Is that record lows?
Record low. Since that number has been recorded, we haven't seen numbers this shy.
And just for the record, for you guys watching, if you are not watching exactly today, we are in September 2025. So when I use this video again later and we hit even more lows, it'll be a little bit different, but historic lows at the moment.
Historic lows. So that means that we're getting multiple offers on properties. It means that the inquiry levels are very, very tall, and there's a lot of buyers that are interested in purchasing. That means that it's very easy to sell and very easy to get really big dollars, but also competition on the other side. So I'm also calling back a lot of buyers, finding out how I can help, letting them know, I guess, what's coming up soon, just trying to give them a little bit more value out of their first inquiry. I speak with a lot of local real estate agents and also wanting to make sure that we're in touch with exactly what's coming soon. So buyers agents are not a bad choice to be talking to, just so that we know exactly what's going on and what's coming up. Armadale's been a favourite of mine for a little while. I reckon it's been slept on for way too long.
What are the growth numbers?
173% in the last 5 years. So that's outdone Cottesloe, Baldivis, everywhere in WA essentially. And that's probably because not only it was affordable and forgotten about for a little while, but it was affordable to first home buyers and investors, so that there was a big pool of buyers that could consider it. Not only them, but everyone could essentially. So I think that yes, COVID had a little influence with over East investors, but families wanting to get a little bit more room and bang for their buck are considering these types of areas, Armadale, the city of Armadale in particular, as a good option. Yeah. Schools are better, so that means that the park's filled with families, you've got less tenants and more owner-occupiers, and like your clients doing a good number on an old property, they're going to finish with a really, really lovely home.
Yeah, so this is a 700 plus level block. Really nice sort of 3x1 house, which is going to be finished to a really high standard. You know, what are some of the things that you're hearing from the people that come to your open homes that actually sort of miss out on getting that? Because obviously homes at the moment are going $60,000, $100,000, $200,000 over.
Yeah.
How is that, and how's sort of your level of inquiry on people actually wanting to sell at the moment?
Yeah, so we're nurturing our clients because sellers are fewer and further between. So we are making sure to add a little bit more value to those buyers, find out exactly what they're looking for, so that if there is something that we can suggest is coming soon, that they're aware and get maybe the little jump on it. I don't tend to sell a lot off market because we do work for the sellers, but if there's a bit of a notice period for them to get their finance ready, to make sure that they're able to make an offer if they like what they see, that's a really helpful jump to make sure that they're competitive when they are in competition. So I think, but also some clients might need to sell in order to buy, and they're stuck not being able to find their next property, and so they're going, well, this is too hard for our lease. I'm just going to sit where I am, potentially renovate what they've got.
Yep.
Or they need a little bit more guidance or a bit more of a chat about what the steps are in order to move forward.
Because you find a lot of people at the moment, like, you know, they're empty nesters, their kids have moved out, the kids have got their own place or gone to different countries, and now they're sat with a 5-bedroom house that's massive, and they've got big gardens they don't want to look after, and ultimately they're getting to that age of sort of, you know, retirement. What's some of the best things for those downsizers to do? Like, obviously it's always nice getting into a brand new low maintenance home. Someone like myself can build, but how is it best for them? What's the best thing for them to do to start the process?
First thing to do is probably look at exactly what their nest egg's worth. So then they have an idea when they come to an idea of maybe downsizing, if that's established, or probably something that's brand new and low care and easy maintenance, that they know how much their property's worth, so that their builder is able to put together a package that is going to be suitable for them. So an appraisal on their home is something that I can help with, and it's just to start the conversation. There's no obligation to sell, it's just to make sure that they have the best information to make the best decisions moving forward.
It's always nice, and then essentially if they know what their nest egg is worth, then they can look at how much land they can buy, what sort of house they can buy, and then, you know, if we're working together on that process, we can time it so that the current house sells by the time that they've got key handover and essentially moved in. So
absolutely,
they don't have to worry about, you know, double mortgaging and going through finding rentals at the moment as well. Do you do rentals?
Our office can handle rental.
How many people come to rentals with property open at the moment?
Yeah, I was selling an apartment in the city, and I was just getting some photos done of another apartment that needed selling. This apartment was a single bedroom 70s built property, and there were people everywhere with a price tag of $500 a week. So only a 50 square metre apartment in the city is fetching that amount of return. So yeah, there's a shortage in that side of the market also.
It's always funny. So I used to tell people, I'm like, look, it's obviously better not to get an apartment and build a house, because the equity is built from the land. You make money with the land, not the building, if you're sharing it with tenants. You've got 15 people. But at the moment, we've got a lot of people that are coming through where their cap is like $550 and that's all they can borrow. And sadly, it's not 2023 anymore, and it's impossible to get a house and land for that.
You're almost able to get your cake and eat it too. So normally you'd buy an apartment because you want a rental return, but because the bottom end has to have a bottom end, you've got an entry level that means capital growth straight away, as well as the rental return that's always going to be there. So because you rent out every square foot of the apartment, you can't rent out 700 square metres and a tiny home for as much. So that's the trade-off. But in this market, we're finding that history's rewriting itself and you're getting both.
Pretty fascinating. Where do you see the market going in the next sort of like 4 years? So like, where do you see it year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4 from this point now?
I think that we can only see more growth. We're so undersupplied as a state. We've got population growth coming. We've got not enough land and not enough supply, and that can't be fixed overnight. So in the next 12 months, we're not going to see any changes. I feel like that's only going to happen, only going to continue to happen into year 2, 3 and 4. So if you are looking at buying into real estate, the best day was yesterday and the next best day is right now. So I just feel that we're gonna see more growth, even though we're not buying at the bottom of the market, which everyone wants a crystal ball to know when. The next best thing is to buy sooner rather than later. History has told us that always.
Because WA's had a really fascinating sort of history. So I bought my house in Warwick for $650. The person before me bought it 10 years ago for $530. And now that is $1 million plus property.
Absolutely.
And that's from 2023. So like, that to me is wild. So, you know, are you sort of imagining any sort of like 14-year crazy drop, or are you just seeing?
I think that a historical number of 12,000 odd homes that the media needs to have on the market probably needs to be updated, because our population is a little bit larger as well. So until we get to that point, I'm not feeling like we're going to have a big recession unless something happens completely left field. So I think there's steady growth for a little while longer. And if you're keeping your property for 5 to 10 years, I really feel that you're going to go through a cycle and you're going to see the nest egg grow in that amount of time. So I feel like if you're in it for a quick buck, look, that might happen in the next 12 months for sure, but property is always safest when it's purchased for longer periods of time.
Or you do something like this, which is take a very derelict house and turn it into something nice. So let's take a quick little walk through. I want to get your thoughts on, you know, essentially who are the type of people that are going to buy this house, and you know, ultimately, I really do hope it goes to not an investor. I hope it goes to someone that's going to live in it, because it is a really nice family home.
For sure. And after the renovations being done, I hope that the zoning's ignored and it maybe goes to a family. Given that, you could probably put 2 or 3 properties on this one quite comfortably if you either knocked it over and started afresh, or retained and subdivided too. So, but in our market at the minute, accommodation is really what we're selling, and families and people need somewhere to live. So investors, you know, sort of are only interested at a dollar that it's able to make money on, and investors are falling short. And so the home occupier or the families are winning, which is really lovely to see.
Which is nice. Yeah. And this is a great house for them. Like, this is where the kitchen island's gonna be.
You can already see it, Leigh. It's gonna be a gorgeous one.
You can feel the fresh bread coming. Like, it's gonna be a really nice place.
It's nice high ceilings in here. I know they're not cathedral by any means like the front room, but I think that it's just enough to, you know, have a little bit of volume in here. 2 living areas which have been pointed out so far. And it looks like a really good yard and expansive in comparison to some of the estates that we might compare buying in.
Yeah. So at the moment there's a house that is, or a block of land that's listed in Coburn Central, 6 metre frontage, 30 deep.
Yep.
$290,000.
Wow. Yeah.
2-story minimum.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
And that block, the next releases, those blocks, same size, 320,000.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not uncommon to see the stages actually appreciate, especially now. So, you know, buying off the plan was always something that was a little bit iffy in different markets, but pretty safe to do, especially when the growth rates are where they are. Obviously, you've got to look into a little bit more detail, but
So this is the back garden here.
It's great.
So it's a really solid back. Joan and Craig.
Established trees are really nice to keep sometimes too. So adds a lot of feel to the family vibe in the end. Really does. Yeah.
So we were talking about the types of estates that are being built at the moment, and there are some fantastic estates, like beautiful developers estates where they've really thought about the street lining. But even here, you know, you've got curvy rotors, big
wide verges,
established trees, wide verges.
And I like the style of homes here. I know that they're not everyone's cup of tea, but little bungalows and the bricks are this big, not double course. So they're really good bones. And so they just need to be refit out, rethought like you can do, and absolutely come good in the end. So you get a better product. I really feel sometimes.
So what's
With a
your,
bit more character.
what's your
fireplace in
prediction?
the front.
What's your prediction?
Okay.
So we're week 7.
Mm,
We're going to get to week 10 pretty soon.
yeah.
Ultimately,
A little bit to go, but I see
Yeah.
it happening. Yeah.
yeah, we're going to be getting to sort of that essentially listing around that December time. So, one, what does the market do in December? Do people still?
Yeah, so that's an interesting time to be considering selling. So historically, we'd always try and avoid that period. A lot more routine is broken, so there's school holidays that you try and avoid, Easter, Christmas, historically. But when the market's firing on all cylinders, as long as you don't go that weekend, I think you're going to see buyers here. But nonetheless, it's nice to have a normal routine so that essentially you get a normal weekend where many buyers can consider it, come through and absolutely place their offers. Because in holiday periods, people are at the shops, people are at family gatherings, there's a lot of entertainment in December. So essentially, it's nice to avoid those periods, but I do think that they won't have a problem realising in this market.
No. Lots of people that would love to be in here for Christmas.
Yeah, that's
you
the
can
other
just picture
side.
the tree over there,
Yeah.
fireplace going.
Fireplace in the front, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like once the property has been finished and you're able to, put your mark on things, it's not going to sell for what it did. I think that they picked it up in its current form because, and there was lots of interest, like you sold me, but I do think they picked it up for the right value because of how much work was necessary in order to get it to a sellable or resellable state to a bigger demographic. So you might still have your investors and developers chasing it, but I do think that the family or the home occupier is going to be our buyer paying the most. And I could see them paying in excess of 800 plus for the full block once it's all renovated. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's amazing, amazing. But yeah, I do think it's going to go. I do think it will go to our own occupier as well.
Yeah.
The house will be finished too nice to be knocked down.
No, for sure, that's exactly it. I think the good bones, and once you've got your painter through here and your gyprockers versus your plasterers, you're gonna find it very, very livable for sure.
Thank you very much for coming in.
Easy way. I'll speak to you soon, mate.
Cheers, buddy.